Please rise. If y'all would join me in prayer, please. Father God, we come together in this beautiful spring day and promise of good weather for this week. We think of the things we'll start with this season. And we know we're now in the Lenten season where we all stop and take a moment to recognize the sacrifices that were given before us and the things that we need to pledge and commit our lives to as we select our religion and how we follow it. Father God, we ask that you look across the land, and that you bless us and you cleanse us. And Father, we ask that you reach out and keep men and women that are first responders and in uniforms and scattered throughout the world, providing safety and freedom. Watch over them and bless us and guide us as we deliberate today. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Take a seat, please. We have some guests today from Campfire, from our local chapter here. It's been around, let's see, Campfire started in 100. Yeah.
Yesterday.
And Betty and Connie have been there 92 of those. And Bob Hampton was probably president.
For you.
Yeah. Well, why don't y'all come on up here a minute and listen to everybody.
That's age discrimination, Judge.
Yes.
That's age celebration.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Hi, how are you? I'm
Yours
Woody.
looks like you would.
What's your name, please? Javion. Glad to meet you. Hi, Connie. Javion, I'm going to read this, and I bet you already are an absolutely incredible kid. Right, good, good. Let's turn around here and let's get a picture made. Here, we're going to turn around.
You gotta smile.
Yeah. All right.
It is a happy occasion.
Jamie, this is about Absolutely Incredible Kids Day. The Wichita County Commissioners Court, you may not have studied this in jet school. Each county has a Commissioners Court that kind of provides the governance and budgeting and services for all the people in the county. Whereas March 21st, 2019 has been declared by Campfire a National Youth Development Organization, Absolutely Incredible Kid Day. And whereas Campfire North Texas celebrates its 104th year in the city this year, it is the oldest children's organization in Wichita Falls. And whereas Campfire commemorates its 22nd annual Absolutely Incredible Kids Day on this day. Whereas as part of the celebration of the contributions that the children make that brighten and enrich our lives in each and every day. Adults on this special day are encouraged to send notes and letters to the young people in the lives expressing love and appreciation. And whereas the mission of Campfire is firmly committed to the development of caring, competent youth and future leaders, we as adults and mentors to the youth in our community can further this mission through written expressions of appreciation, which may make a lasting and positive impact on the lives of the children we know. Whereas our simple gesture of writing a letter or a note of appreciation and encouragement will be remembered and treasured by the child receiving it. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Wichita County's Commissioners Court hereby officially proclaims March 21st, 2019 to be Absolutely Incredible Kid Day in Wichita County, Texas, and therefore urges all adults, moms and dads, grandparents, aunts and uncles, teachers, mentors, and others, adults alike, to participate in Absolutely Incredible Kids Day and make a positive difference to a child as signed by the members of the Commissioners Court. Now, you know that I differ from them a little bit. First of all, we're all still kids at heart.
Exactly.
The oldest person I think I've sent one to was Joe Brown. I sent one to Joe Tom White also, and that kid's getting older every year. Eventually Bob will be old enough I'll send him one. But
You did.
we'd like y'all to take this back to Campfire. We appreciate everything you do. And, today's Bill Preston's birthday, who is a past president of Campfire, so might be able to keep him in mind. Javion? There's a young man that I'm writing a letter of recommendation to serve as a page in the congressional caucus named Nathan Alexander. That was
You
standing.
just met Nathan.
Did you just meet Nathan? Okay. That would be somebody for you to look up to. Great young man who do great things. And he's the kind of kid, when he was a kid, that I'll bet you are. So congratulations, we're glad to have you here today. Okay? Yeah, hey, maybe there's nothing to smile at. I might be too ugly for him to smile at. But anyway, glad you all are here. Thank you for coming and taking pictures. Yes. Yeah.
Or let y'all know, we have stationery and envelopes available at the office for you to come by and pick up. You can have as much of it as you want. You can write to as many kids as you want. If your letter's good enough, we'll put it in the newspaper and you can just write it to all kids. So that's just something y'all can think about. We're just trying to get as many people as possible this year to do, you know, what we think is the right thing, to let these kids know how much we care about them and love them. And there's a lot of kids out there that could use that letter. And I know for a fact Nathan has one. I wrote him when he was about 8 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And they keep them and they look back on it. He's in junior in college now. He looks at that letter and he calls me. He said, I was just reading your letter. I just thought I'd let you know. I was thinking about you. So just realize the impression that you can put on these kids by just writing them one letter. You know, it is an amazing thing to see him. Like Nathan is now 20, fixed to be 21. And he comes back. When he comes back from college, he works for us in the office every time he comes back. He's going to be the assistant director at camp this year. So we're doing that. And he's also been on our youth advisory committee for all of the nation for Campfire Kids.
For the nation?
All kids, yes. And he's been recognized in Washington, D.C., Austin. He went to the governor to get him to approve Absolutely Incredible Kid Day for the state.
Wow.
And Nathan is going to be an amazing man. He tells me he already is a man, but he's still a kid.
Yeah.
I've had him since he was 4 years old, so he's still always going to be my kid. But he is just an amazing person, and we have some more like that have come up through our after-school program and learned that they can do what they pretty much want to in life if they work for it. And so we're quite proud of all our kids. But Javion was the only one that got up and made it to the office this morning.
All right.
Everybody else has either gone out down on spring break or they slept. So,
What school do
anyway.
you go to, son?
Kirby.
Kirby. You're a Kirby Hound. Awesome.
I went to
And a good
Kirby
one.
when I was a kid.
You did.
Do what?
I didn't think they had a bill for. Oh, okay.
Started out Northwest Junior High.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I
Changed to
did.
Kirby.
That's right. That's right.
Sure did.
Now, you said the stationery is the Campfire, which is at the corner of Ninth and
Ninth and
Fillmore. Or you can go online and get it off.
I think, yes, you go to National and get it
Yes.
downloaded offline. Campfire National is www.campfire.org. And you can just go on there and download it off of the national site. Or you can run by the office. We're open from 8:30 to 5. And just pick some up and write it. You can also text or email or anything.
Mark, we want to get one more picture.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll- if you go over
Have
here.
you ever been a judge before? Or thought about being a judge?
Yeah, come on. He's just not old enough to run against you.
That little chair you put up here, I'm gonna hold this thing right here.
There you go.
Yes,
That is too cute. Look at her, not me.
1, 2, 3.
Now, you reach over and you tap him upside.
Good job.
Tatum, good job. Look good sitting there.
One of these days that might be.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lee.
Good luck.
That'll be a good picture.
need it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Everyone,
Thanks, guys.
thank y'all.
Thank you.
Well, Bob, Bob, the story of our life, we got replaced by a younger and better looking man.
Yeah. I know Pat did.
All right. If I could ask the court to take a look at the consent agenda, take action, please. Any questions on it?
What is the deal on all these departments here with the workers' compensation stuff? Is that something that we just calculate at the end of the year?
When those come, yeah, it's just simply bringing those and putting it up. We don't budget for workers' comp in there.
We don't, but,
But
okay.
because of the cost center accounting, help you guys are wrong, but then we move those costs to the departments. It's like,
Just an allocation, yeah.
We pay it in general, and then we allocate it where it's supposed to be paid, and that's what we're doing here. Okay.
Motion to approve consent agenda, Judge.
Second?
okay, motion by Commissioner Harvey, second, Commissioner Waller, second by Commissioner Harvey to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried 5-0. Item number 1 is to review and approve the regular bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Muller to approve the bills for payment. Any other comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried 5-0. Item 2 is discuss, consider, take action to approve the Wichita Restaurant Supply Quote number 565 in the amount of $2,516.47 for repairs to the grill oven in the downtown jail kitchen to be paid from $100.561.4466 repair and maintenance. Other machinery and equipment to a line term by the county auditor. We discussed this in last Friday's work session. Lieutenant, any other comments or questions on it?
Have we got it back yet?
Not to my knowledge, no. No, sir.
Could somebody, like, better, is it over at Wichita?
Yes, they're doing it.
Somebody just kind of swing by there and make sure that they clean the living fire out of that thing before they replace those parts, because that's,
That's why I caught
it
fire.
wouldn't hurt to just double check. Because that thick, the grease.
Motion to approve, Judge.
That is.
Second.
Harvey, that's already.
Oh.
What do you get?
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 3 is discuss or take action to approve travel per diem and lodging the day before conference in Tyler, Texas, due to the distance 265 miles for Justice Peace Precinct 4, the chief clerk, and the chief clerk for Precinct 2. Judge Baker.
Yes, sir. We were just asking if we could go down the night before, since it is that many miles, and I don't relish driving through rush hour traffic in the Metroplex to get there at that time.
What
Starts at
time?
11:30.
What time does it start?
11:30.
11.
Registration is 11:30.
Okay. But actual class work starts at 1 probably?
Noon.
Noon?
Yeah, theirs was weird. It's justice court judges. It starts at noon. Registration 11:30 starts at noon.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Harvey, second by Commissioner Muller to approve.
No, it's Commissioner Watt. I had to say.
I wondered about that. It sounded a little
Close enough.
light for him. Okay. Not that I'm saying you were light.
It's okay, Judge. You don't have to dig out that old. Just carry on.
Oh, man, I'm famous for that. Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries 5-0. Item 4 is discuss, consider take action to approve travel per diem and lodging the day before, lodging the last night of the conference and travel, and per diem for the 75th Annual Justice Peace Constables Association Conference in South Padre due to the distance of the travel for JP Precinct 2. That's very similar to what we did last week.
So
A second.
Yeah, that's
It just begs the question why we continue to have meetings in South Padre Island. I mean, come on.
That's a haul, it really
Oh,
is.
man, I go to a lot of them. I've been to a bunch of
Just like
them.
you told them down there when we were at Galveston.
Oh.
Guys, why do we need in the center of the
Yeah.
state?
What's the matter with Waco and Austin and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit in a conference room, you're not out on the beach.
That's what I was gonna say, and most time, if it's done this time of the year, it's closed anyway. Well, I guess they're opening back up now, but
Well,
anyway.
this is not until June.
Oh, in June it'll be
Yeah.
better, but it's just, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous to have these things down there on the tip end. Think about somebody who lives in Amarillo.
Well,
Good.
They're not going probably.
Yeah, probably not.
I'd sure be glad to volunteer to go down and evaluate it though,
Yeah.
for the court, of course.
we appreciate it.
Motion to send Bob Hampton down there.
Wait a minute, what did it send? What about return?
Well,
I mean, there's a motion on the floor.
For evaluation.
All in favor, signify by saying
Aye.
aye. That's right, no. Any opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Y'all enjoy yourself.
Be safe.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
It is a tough drive.
Yeah.
To anyone.
Well, and even if you fly, you've got to get to Harlingen, then
You can't get there from here.
You just-
I've been to meetings on South Padre, I've drove and I've flown, and there's not a good way to go.
No, it's not.
It's a tough place to try to get to.
Okay. Item 5 is receive an update on the law enforcement center project from Commissioner Beecham.
Everything's going pretty much as planned. Had 3 items that may require change orders. I don't know for sure exactly yet. One ran into some sand rocks and stone and be busted out. It quite a large cost in order to build the retaining wall on the southeast portion of the property. Yeah, so that was a little unforeseen expenditure on the project that had to be taken care of. Second is the sleeving of the piers, where we had the piers that were down in the water, they could have the sleeves on them. And there will be a cost associated with that, to come off contingency. Piers, the pier, the foundation pier.
That water. Put up steel
We were drilling and the water came, so you had to sleeve it so you could pour it.
Got it.
Got it.
So I have not received details on what that expenditure
We
will
really
be.
did some interesting research on that. We might want to sit down and visit.
Okay.
I think we got some new ammunition on it.
Okay, good.
Might be favorable.
Yeah. And the third issue was with the rooftop units. During our PE process, we had selected a particular rooftop unit series to go on throughout the law or the jail side. They were accepted by the architects and everything was great, but come to find out the units were heavier than what the building was designed to accept. So now they're gonna go back and redesign the roof of to handle the different units. So,
That'll be all new.
oh, it is on them, but we will have to bring a change order to accept out of the contingency side.
Out of their contingency, not ours.
Yeah.
Out of their contingency.
Yeah. But in that contingency, keep in mind that whatever's left over, 60% is ours, 40% is theirs. So.
Other than those items, everything continues to run smoothly.
What was the first thing you said? I didn't.
The rock.
Oh,
The
okay.
rock.
Okay, we're going to public comment. Anyone in the audience have anything? Commissioner Beecham,
I have nothing to do.
Commissioner Harvey.
I want to brag on Billy Hughes just a minute.
That's a lot of bragging. Isn't it?
Well, he actually puts the county first, and you don't realize that until he does it. And we had an opportunity to get a really good interest rate on some dump trucks through Rutgers at a 3.8% interest for 5 years. And of course, called Billy and said, hey, you know, they just offered this to us. What? He said, let me call you back. And he said, I can't touch that. He said, go do that. That's best. That's the best for the county. And I just thought it was refreshing to have somebody put the taxpayer first instead of their own company or whatever. Just made me smile. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And he, like all the rest of us, are taxpayers too.
Yes, he is.
Makes a difference. Makes a difference.
Anything else,
We got this week,
I hate
we
to
are
ask you, man.
in the process of redoing the whole railroad crossing, the approaches and everything at Bacon Switch. It was in really bad shape. We closed the road this morning at 8. And we will aggressively work that until we can get it back open. There's lots of truck traffic there and a lot of detouring right now. It's not real friendly. You got to go all the way down to Riley Road, all the way back to 369, all the way back to Bacon Switch, and then all the way back to their parking lot, which is about 30 feet past the railroad tracks. So it's going to inconvenience those folks for probably about 10 days. I see we have Republican Women's tomorrow, and Matt Thornberry will be there. The Meals on Wheels of Wichita Falls is having a celebrity. Help me with that.
Right, that's what they
And they call it a celebrity. We're going to go deliver meals from 10 to 11:30 on Wednesday. It's just a good. It's a good way to get involved with the community. I think we're trying to promote some volunteerism and get people to help to deliver Meals on Wheels. I'm going to be there for that for sure.
I think that's all of us.
Is all of us going to that? Did we get confirmation on our reservations for the 19th for Republican Women?
I have no idea.
I think so. I think Alexis
I
did it.
emailed a long time ago, and I've never heard word.
Well, you won't.
No.
It's, but I told Alexis to follow up on it on Friday. Make sure we were in.
Okay.
I will be, yeah, okay. Commissioner Mahler.
Judge, I was on site out on I-44 in Bacon Switch this morning. Precinct 2, Precinct 3 are double teaming that, and there's a lot of work going on.
And the railroad's right in the
The
middle.
railroad is right in the middle of it. Had a train stopped, as a matter of fact, when I was there. Last train to Altus. No, it was the plan. It was kind of interesting though. The plan was that train was going through, and while they're gone to Altus, they're going to redo a bunch of that track. When he gets back, he's going to be able to go through the intersection. So that's pretty impressive. Those guys are working. Just a good example of Precinct 2, Precinct 3 working together. We do that in this Commissioner's Court when we have a job and need to jump in and help one another out. We do. It's the best bang for your buck for the taxpayers. We do that on a regular basis, and that's just another example of that.
So we have a large job.
A large job.
Together.
We jump on it.
We're going to execute together on Road.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that again. So it's just, we work together, and I think it brings a lot of the benefits of a joint road and bridge operation that some counties have, and yet still retains the autonomy of this Commissioner's Court. I think it's a great.
Iowa Park and Burke too get along.
They do that, except for one Friday night a year, but anyway.
When they're close to the park, they cannot wear green shirts.
Yeah, except yesterday, they better be. But I think it's a good example, and I think that, and we just want taxpayers to know that we're doing the best job we can to get the most bang for a buck with what we've got to work with, and I think this court does a good job of that. A little frustrating, Judge, last week I spent a lot of time on drainage issues in Wichita County with the heavy rains. One of the biggest challenges we face out on the road and bridge side of this deal, drainage is a problem. People are frustrated. If there's water standing on their property, especially if it gets in their property, and it is frustrating for us because there is so much of that that's just out of our control. We're responsible for our right-of-way and the drainage off of our right-of-way, but not beyond it. People just a lot of times don't understand why we can't go clean the creek out and make that water run away, and that's not what we do. We're not equipped for it. We're not trained for it. It's just not what we do, and we apologize for the
We're not allowed
inconvenience.
to.
and we're not allowed to by law. And it's just frustrating when you go out and you want to help people and you want to do things and you just can't do it. We're working on a bunch of projects now. I looked at several last week that we're going to do, and some of it is in our right of way, and there are some things we can do, and we are working on that, but it takes time. So when we get one of those rain events, I pretty much spend all day out looking to see what's happening, what's working, what's not working, what is working that we worked on last time, and that's how you do it. It's the best. It's the best instrument you can run, is to just go watch the water run. So we realize it's a challenge and we're working on it, and it is frustrating. And sometimes I know it seems slow, but we don't want anybody to get flooded by any means. And it's certainly to our advantage to get that stuff drained off our right of ways, because it's very, very hard on our roads when we've got standing water. It tears them up. In fact, we've got major damage out there from all the rain we've had this winter. We're gonna have a busy summer trying to catch up, but we're working on it, we're watching it, we know it's out there, and we're trying to make it better.
Judge, one thing I forgot that I wanted to tell the folks that I think they'll be tickled to death, but I'm gonna meet with Encore on Thursday, and we're gonna go look at the intersection of Daniels Road and 240, and we're gonna try to get a street light put up out there on Brightwood. That's a bad. At night, you just can't see it. And we've had several incidences. The last one of our school buses went through there. So either a street light or maybe one of those stop signs you see with the LED lights on it, that would help. But understand those things are quite expensive. You could probably borrow one from the city. They're 9/16 century inch. Go procure one, you're able to miss it.
Yeah, well, this, so you'll understand, Judge Burcham will read you your rights.
He'd probably be holding the line for me. But no, that's good. It's good news that we can get that intersection lit up, and we're gonna look at that Thursday.
Commissioner Watts?
Pumpkin Center Volunteer Fire Department, fish fry coming up April 13th, that's Saturday.
At
Noon, calf fries, fish. It's just a really good feed. A lot of people will come and go and sit and eat at the
I think
fire
we did as
department.
many to-go boxes last year as we did people in case.
And there's auction items to look through as well. You can bid on silent auction items, so that's always good. So April 13th, it's very good. So
DAV golf course is the day before that.
The week,
The 12th.
on that Friday.
Golf tournament at River Creek.
Okay. So that's one of the deals coming up soon this spring. Lots of activity going on, I guess. So, do we know what the status of Wilson grinding some roads for us looks like?
My material, those totes that we talked about, the $3,750 a mile for the, it came in Thursday morning. I got that loaded in, and all we need to do, well, I believe you started first, right?
We were going to go last week, but the rain had
That's
other
enough.
ideas, and now we've got two major culvert issues that we've got to take care of before we get back to the
Yeah. So really, if you need them, you could go first, because we're working on bait and switch. We're gonna be right there till that thing is reopened.
Got that done.
And then he's got culvert jobs, so if you want to.
Well, you can send me a contact number for that. I may get Pete to,
Yes.
because, you know, we had met with in December Freeman and looked at some stuff, and,
Well, what the deal we got for $900 a day, we can't touch it.
well, I know we can't, but the problem is I done set a ball into motion, but our benefit is that his machine's down, so I'm making jumping just to do that, so. But I had done committed to him, and we met and formed a plan in
Yeah.
December about getting these all, you know, in
But that's
a,
$5,000 a mile, and this is gonna be $900 a mile.
yeah.
So this is very advantageous for us. So yes, we'll get you you.
Yeah.
Okay, if you'll give me a number, I'll go ahead and.
How many miles you plan on doing?
I think we've only got 3 that are complete grinds, and then everything else is little stuff we can do with the zipper.
Okay. Get you in contact.
Okay, anything else, sir?
I just want to wish Devin luck in his new adventure, and I'm excited to see you in the big town, and we come down there some, so maybe we can go out and get something to eat one
Yeah,
time.
sure, I'd like that, I really appreciate
Well,
that.
if it's big enough, then you'll probably be buying it.
Oh, you have a company credit card.
Even better.
Okay. I'm gonna miss the Republican women and Congressman Thornberry. I'll be speaking next door, and I hope my crowd didn't push your all straight out. I wish they would combine those two things. I didn't realize that when I committed to doing that.
Just when y'all get to singing, we kind of want to join in.
Okay.
Yeah, during that.
Maybe we
Oh,
ought
you
to
want a
work-
Rotary?
No, Optimus.
Oh, Optimus, okay.
Okay, other thing, Saturday, Campfire's having a deal. It's the first time they've ever done this. It's called S'mores and Pours. It's at the Half Pint. It's $30 a person, and you get something to eat, something to drink.
And that is Friday, Judge?
No, Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday, and show starts at 6. So that ought to be a neat event. And Lee, I did some following up with the state, and not only we didn't follow those dates for that declaration, it didn't exceed the state threshold, which
36 million.
yeah. And so we're gonna have to look at how do we solve those problems.
I can afford to do the fix at TxDOT. I mean, that's over $450,000. I don't have that.
Yeah. So,
But
that,
what he said was, until we do that, we're gonna fix those bridges over and over and over again.
A Saturday night, Half Pint.
That's what you got to do, you got to save structure. I mean,
yeah, I'm just saying that money's not there, so what we may need to collectively look at is what we're spending other money on, and maybe, reduce some of those expenses, because we don't want to lose that structure, but I don't see how.
They're brand new bridges.
I know, I don't see how we can come up with $400,000 or $500,000, but.
I don't see how we can do it either.
The only thing I think you might look at that for the 2020 budget, get something to get by, and we put that under road bridge tax would be the way to do that.
I mean, I think the public needs to know that we spent a lot of money putting up new bridges over Wild Horse Creek. And we have done nothing but fight to keep them open because of, a 9-inch rain. It inundated the bridge, it went over the bridge, and it really undermined the bridge on the bottom side. It washed out, boulders that were 36 inches in diameter, that riprap, half a mile down the creek. That water is unbelievably strong. And the dirt is gone. You know how it's got a bank, a slope bank? Nothing there. The abutment to the bridge, it's got piers drilled down in it. And then they poured this big, long, rectangle, solid concrete deal full of steel where the bridge meets the road. And then it has an angle up underneath the bridge. It's angled down. It's covered with riprap, big rocks. All the rocks are gone, all the dirt's gone, and the abutment's just hanging out in the air. So, but it's on the
Where at,
pillars.
Lee? Where
Wild
at?
Road.
Wild Horse Creek.
Wild
What
Horse Creek.
you might look at doing is whether we would have the money in permanent improvement fund and borrow the money from the general fund and then figure,
Pay it back in 2020.
well, you have to look and see, you're talking about a 1 cent tax thing
Yeah,
for 1 or
for a
2
year.
years. Yeah, at least one, maybe 2. One should bring you in about $650,000.
Which is, the guys told me about 450 to get it fixed.
Okay, well, you do less than that and do what's gonna do that, but instead of going along patching it now and then have another rainstorm and everything you did, all of a sudden you realize we spent $100,000 reserving that and then spent $450,000.
Correct.
Of course, chances are that kind of event,
Yeah,
yeah,
500-year event.
you know, it's not,
Well-
could happen tomorrow, but
Yeah.
not likely.
The problem is, it's happened several times in the last year,
Yeah.
and it's like, what in the world is going on? So, if my luck, we'd spend the $450,000, and we'd be in another drought. You know, it would never do it again.
And we will, I mean, you know, we will. You know, the bad thing about that is you're talking $450,000 and nobody is going to see it.
Right.
Nobody will ever know the difference. It's not like you're going out and paving another 4 miles of road or you're building a new, something new. Nobody will ever see it. It's behind the
See it if
scenes.
the road fails.
Yeah, well, you would, but I'm just saying, the average person will never see the benefit. But, I mean, they'll see the benefit, but they just won't experience it.
Keep trying that.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. All right, anything else anyone's thought of? We don't have any work session items this afternoon. It is 10:39.